So automation and technology change can provide a source of risk, right? There's no question about it. We are going to see jobs changing. And so that does mean that there probably are going to be some changes that won't be popular with everyone. There'll be some changes that could very well lead to some people losing their jobs. I think, unfortunately, that is always an outcome. What we hope is that it will also be creating additional jobs that are, in some ways, I think, more challenging and more interesting. Some of the things that computers can't automate well are things like our creativity and our ability to sort of spot nuance and to understand that context and provide insight in ways that are meaningful to strategy. I think machines are pretty bad at those sorts of things. I think machines are very good at providing answers to questions that we pose or at diving deep into lots of sources of data to see if there are any trends. But it still requires the human element to say, here's the data I'd like you to examine, here are the kinds of trends I'm interested for you to find. We still have to come up with those questions. So I think the company secretary role could end up being a much more rewarding and interesting type of job. But if the part of your job that you love the most is taking the minutes, that might be a problem because taking the minutes is likely to be something a machine is going to be able to do better than we can. They're going to be very good at, just kind of gathering up all the information and highlighting the things that were sort of the most relevant and then packaging that off and getting it to the directors for approval. That's something that's fairly easy to automate. In fact, there are tools that automate it now. And so, if that is really the part of your job that you love and you don't want to let go of, that might be a problem. But I think if, you sort of think about your job more broadly speaking as the keystone between what the directors need to know and talk about and providing them access to that information and facilitating that process, then I think you're in a good position. I think there is more opportunity than risk, but I mean, that's not to say we should shortcut the risk. We shouldn't discount it. Of course there's risk, and the risk is not just to potential change of careers and potential loss of jobs. The risk is also about, we may not know enough, we may not be educated enough to be able to see things before they hit us, right? And so that is always kind of a big source of risk, including for directors, that they may not know enough about what's happening in digital technology to see the next big trend that could completely undercut your business strategy. So I do think we have to all step up our game a little bit. We have to be much better educated on what's happening and how it could impact us. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all at the Governance Institute's National Conference coming up in September.